Oh, we're with you again, dear ones. Indeed, this is why we are here. We are here to help you on that very journey into the mind. Your emotional guidance system is the answer. Again, this is one of the areas that your society has counseled you out of listening to. So emotions cause great distress in the mind. What is happening when you feel a strong negative emotion is that you have two beliefs arising through stimulation of an experience that bring beliefs that are incompatible into the mind. The mind, its purpose, its coping strategy would say, not its purpose, its coping strategy is to eliminate conflict. And it will do this by placing outside of itself ideas that cause fear, ideas that cause distress, ideas that cause friction within it. Now, this world that you live in, this seemingly real world that you live in, is taking place in your mind. And this is where the practice of forgiveness transforms. That is why Jesus taught forgiveness as the practice. Forgiveness is the path to transformation of mind. Why? Because you have placed all of your fears, all of your self-hatreds, all of your guilt outside of yourself, and it appears to take place in the world. It appears to be in other people, places, and things other than you. It is not. All of this is transpiring within the one mind. But you have, through a creative process that is literally beyond your ability to comprehend, placed outside of you things that you do not want to deal with, issues that cause you problems, ideas that frighten you. And what happens when you are experiencing your life, traveling through your consciousness, that is what is happening when you are living. You are traveling through your own consciousness, and it is being shown to you through the people, places, and things that you encounter, the environment you encounter, the country you were born in. These are all demonstrations of your consciousness. When you meet somebody who you do not like, when you have an experience that frightens you, it appears to be outside of you, but it is not outside of you. The feelings that arise within the mind are always within the mind. That object, that person, place, or thing, that experience, that image on the television, that conversation that you have with someone, they are all part of you. And as you encounter a part of yourself that you have been afraid to live with, that you have been afraid to accept, it will cause that fundamental underlying belief to come up. And it will come up in the form of negative emotion. Why? Because it is untrue. And so this experience takes place as meeting a person you do not like, them saying something that causes you to dislike them. That feeling that comes up in that circumstance is indeed a belief that you hold that is untrue. That belief is a low vibration belief. Truth is love. Separation from love takes many, many forms, but it is lower in vibration than love. And so you feel bad. Why do you feel bad? Because you are made of love, for love, by love. That is what you are. You are made in God's image. That is what that phrase means. It means that the essence of who you are, that guidance system, that emotional guidance system that connects you to spirit, the images, ideas, thoughts, and feelings that are you are naturally in alignment with love. And everything that you have been taught that is not in alignment with love, conditioned teachings in your society, in your family, in your religions, in your culture, they are also contained within that mind. Your mind is a mixture of light and dark, a mixture of truth and untruth. And when you encounter a part of your mind that is out of accord with love, you will feel bad. And you will mistake it for the person who brought it up. You will mistake it for the fear that is triggered. You will mistake it for your ex-husband or your mother-in-law or an explosion that is taking place in another country. All of these things are part of your own mind being triggered by images that you think are outside of yourself, but they are not outside of yourself. The world is a reflection of who you are. The world is a mirror showing you your state of consciousness. So when you see something, when you feel something, understand that it is all you. It is all you. And so when you have a negative emotion, this is your biggest clue on your consciousness evolution journey. When you feel attacked, you are in fact experiencing your belief in attack. If somebody says something to you that is hateful, cruel words come your way and you feel wounded. This experience is a perfect opportunity for you to expand your consciousness. That person who is attacking you is showing you that you attack other people. Those cruel words coming your way are reflecting your use of cruel words. Now, we will say it is not always in the outward spoken voice. It may be in the voice you use quietly to yourself. It does not have to be a demonstration in physicality. It can be a purely thought-based experience. We will speak about our dear one for a moment. She does not mind if we tell her secrets. Her first relationship, her first marriage, was a violent, aggressive relationship. It demonstrated the thoughts and ideas that she held about herself. The words that she said to herself, the thoughts that she had about herself, the opinion that she held about herself was demonstrated to her in that person. In your world, that person would have been called the bad guy. That person would be called the sinner. The truth of the matter is, from our point of view, he was bearing a wonderful gift for her. He was showing her what she thought about herself. And so you could say that he was bad, that what happened there was negative, but it was not so. Our dear one took the lesson. Our dear one saw what she was doing. And so that bad guy became a good guy, and so forgiveness works miracles. The love that she felt for that being showing her what she was doing to herself is the transformation that can happen in all of your minds about everything that you hate. Everything you hate, fear, judge, wish would go away are the very things that you must incorporate into your consciousness. You must forgive everything that you find unforgivable. You must love everything that you find unlovable. That is the ultimate journey that you are all on. It sounds overwhelming because you are frightened of the things you are frightened of. You hate the things you hate. But forgiveness is done in the mind. It does not mean that you have to live with someone you hate. It does not mean you have to go for coffee with someone you despise. But what it does mean is that you have to take back control of your thoughts. You have to take back control of your mind, and it is through mental discipline. It is through focusing on love. It is through focusing on forgiveness of the sins that have not been committed. Remember, any being that you encounter is doing the best they can with what they were taught in their life. Any being that you encounter is in fact an aspect of you showing you to yourself. It is very difficult for you to understand when you are living in what seems to be a separate body, in what seems to be a separate mind, what seems to be an individual person. You cannot truly comprehend until your consciousness has expanded. You cannot truly comprehend oneness until you have experienced it. These acts are acts of faith. These acts of forgiveness that we are asking you to practice are just that. But they do not have to be big acts. These are the small judgments you make about the weather being bad or good, the small acts of judgment that you make about somebody cutting you off in traffic, the small acts of judgment that you make about anything being unacceptable. This is where the transformation is made. So for your question, the answer is experience your life in presence. Be present. Pay attention to your emotional guidance system. Your emotional guidance system is the map to what is wrong. Your emotional guidance system is not something to avoid. When you feel a negative emotion, go into it, explore it, see what the belief is that is underlying it. You may find that you feel a negative emotion. Your natural instinct is to retreat. That is what you are taught to do in this society. If something hurts, if something frightens you, retreat from it, hide from it. But we counsel the opposite. Go into it. Find out what is going in there. If you are triggered into tears, if you feel depressed and sad, go into your beliefs. Go into what you are saying to yourself. It is in what you are saying to yourself that the suffering arises. It is not in the thing itself. It is what you are saying about that thing. So you must be brave. You must begin to venture into those places that you are afraid to go. For some people it is love. For some people it is transforming the body. They wish to transform the body and experience a lean and happy and healthy physicality, but they are afraid what it will mean. They are afraid what it will ask of them. If you have a desire but you are afraid, that is the place that you must go. The desire and the fear together is the clue. If you are not interested in something and you look at people jumping out of an aeroplane and think, well, that is stupid, I have no interest in doing that, we are not suggesting you go and do that. But when you want to fall in love and you are afraid to fall in love, that is where we want you to go. We want you to start to walk towards that thing that you want that terrifies you so. When you are triggered into negative emotion in your day, stop for a moment and ask what happened. What rule did that person violate? What sacred belief did they step on? And you will see that that sacred belief, that rule that you hold in your mind, is not true. How do you know it's not true? Because you feel bad. Your guidance system is your path to awakening. Your guidance system is telling you second by second, minute by minute, are you on track? Do you feel good? Do you feel peaceful? Do you feel creative? Do you feel enthusiastic? Do you feel like communicating? Those are all clues that you are on the right track. Do you feel frightened? Do you feel limited? Do you want to isolate yourself? Do you want to attack somebody else verbally or physically? Are you afraid of something? That is your guidance system saying that you are off track, that the thought you just had is not true. Your guidance system is designed for you. It is infallible. It is completely infallible. And it works at exactly the right pace for you where you are now. And you will notice that if people deny their feelings, that deny the truth of their self-expression, you must begin to medicate yourself because the emotions become stronger, the fears become stronger, the distress becomes stronger, and that is where most of you go, to the bar, to smoking drugs that eliminate those feelings. We are not saying that to have a drink if you are in a panic is a bad thing. What we are saying is that if you do it systematically and repeatedly, you are missing the opportunities for growth that your emotional guidance system is offering you. That is why it is communicating with you. It is a voice from spirit that has been given to you as you descend into physical life, as you descend into individuation. The emotional guidance system is your communication with the mothership. That is what it is. And yet your society has taught you to ignore your feelings, override your feelings, medicate your feelings. We would say to you, if you want to expand your consciousness, get in touch with how you feel about everything. That includes yourself, the things you hate, the things you detest, the things you are passionate about. Get to know what it is that really drives you mad, makes you happy. This is the information contained within you every second of every day. Enlightenment is not a secret that God keeps from you. You are being given all the information in this very moment that will take you on the right journey, that will take you to the right place. And it is your ability to discern when you are in alignment with love or out of alignment with love. And that is what your emotional guidance system is for. So when you leave here today, make a pact with yourself that for the rest of the day, you are going to pay attention to how you feel in every minute detail. How you feel when you speak to certain people. How you feel when you can't find a parking space. How you feel when you eat too much at dinner. These are all your guidance system giving you feedback. It is relentless, it is continuous, but once you start to pay attention to it, once you begin to respond to it with clarity, with presence, with love and acceptance, instead of denial and retreat, then you will move ahead very, very quickly. It is the key to the door that you are seeking to walk through. So we will give our dear one a little brief respite here, and then we will bring the final being through.